Hey members, welcome to Greystone Unscripted, our new episode here for you. I have my guest here today is your president, Mr. Patrick Werrlein. Super excited to have you with us.
Thanks for having me, Dave.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is a great opportunity for the members to get a chance to get to know you and all the things that we work on together. Kind of just putting it out there for everybody about what we do. So kind of kick it off, can we have you share with the members a little bit more about you and your family and when you joined and what made you pick Greystone?
Actually, so, you probably know this, but I joined the club before we actually lived in the state. So that was one of the first things I did. I came in, I met with Ashley, joined the club before even living here. And so it made it pretty easy. We bought a house here and the club's been great. So this was in 2016. So we're coming up on 10 years. And it's been great. I have a 20-year-old and a 17-year-old, and they grew up in the club. Lots of Christmas brunches, Easter brunches, even the helicopter with the eggs coming out of it. The club's been great, though. It shaped our family. And I've become pretty much addicted to the game of golf because of coming here. And so I love it.
That's great. Yeah. Have you seen, like, over the time that you've been here, you've used it differently or just kind of?
Yeah, I think like most members, right? Like we use it, depends where the kids are, where our family is, using it for different sports or for different dinners or meeting up with friends and so forth. So
the one thing I know that happens for a lot of members is this ends up becoming your center of your social life and your friendships at this club, especially if you live not nearby. Is that the case for you?
Well, it's a community within a community. Yeah. I mean, like when we moved here, we didn't know a lot of people. So, getting grounded here and getting to know a lot of the members and there are, a lot of our friends, good friends today that we go on vacation together and all that. So yeah, it's been fantastic for that.
That's awesome. I think since probably about 2019, 2020, I started pulling on you to get involved, and you've chaired several committees, been on the strategic planning committee with me, and together with some of the other members on that committee, like Mr. Kennedy, we've really pushed a lot of those initiatives forward. So now that you've seen some of the success of the strategic planning and you're now president, what, kind of teeing it off there, what gets you excited about the club? Kind of maybe it's different as president than it is as a member. Because maybe individually you don't want to put your agenda out, but some things, if they're the same, then they're the same.
Yeah, actually, it is interesting. We go back to the strategic planning committee and chairing food and beverage, and now to being on the board and being president. I look back, Dave. I think the phases when we were talking about the strategic plan, the number of members we had, and the desires and things we wanted to do, we were so hopeful that we would get that stuff done. It's great to see a lot of these things have actually come through, but to see the membership number where we are right now and our ability to invest in a lot of the things we were hoping to invest in is really awesome. And it's exciting to be where we are, where we can actually do these things.
Yeah. I mean, it's for me, that's the excitement, is the momentum, the energy at the club. And every time we bring in new members, they kind of remind us about how much fun it is to be here and exciting. One of the members the other day, he left for about 4 years, I think, and he just came back and he grabbed me in the foyer. He's like, man, this place is so great. I'm so glad I left because it made me appreciate it more.
Well, that's a good point too. Like the new members always energize me when we do the new member prospect dinners. You're going around how excited they are to be a part of this club, and we have it. Not that we take it for granted, but like, kind of get accustomed to getting that experience as a member. Right. So it's always a little shot of energy and a reminder of why we're doing the stuff we do. And for being on the board, that's the best part of it. We get to help make this club even better. Right.
If there's one thing as president, and we always kind of talk as a board, concerns you or keeps you up a little bit about the club?
Well, I guess going back to what I was saying about where we were to where we are, we still need to be a little bit further along in terms of our number of members, right? We have redundant clubs. So we replicate everything in terms of costs as a club. So having 36 holes to play, 850 gems or somewhere thereabouts, as we know, like 950 members is a good number of members for us. So, I just think about, we need to be owners of the club, not consumers of the club. And part of that is, how do we get 100 more members, right? Over a relatively short period of time. If we can do that, we'll be in a position that we can actually fund a lot of these future projects we need to do and be in a much better spot.
Right.
So that's probably, I think membership numbers are probably the thing that we as members can control. As a club, we probably need more than anything.
Yeah.
Because we have the facilities, right? We know we have a great team here. It's just a matter of like the variable is that the number of members that we have.
Right. And that's a tough thing, is to switch that mindset for members that maybe have been here for a long time or they're new to the club, but we're still young. You know, I always try to tell the board we're still teenagers because we're 35 this year, but as a member-owned club, 17. So I think sometimes people don't want to kind of stop and think, hey, I'm an owner here. I'll put my stake in the ground and be, you know, if it was my house, I know I'm going to have to invest. And because that doesn't just go to divots and, you know, you invest that way and be an owner, fix your divots, ball marks, and care for the club. And, but it also goes to realizing there's more to it as far as investment.
Yeah. You know, and then from an investment standpoint, as members, recruiting more members allows us to have more funds coming in every month, which funds projects, right? And so you think about this club, to your point, 35 years young as a teenager in club years. There's a lot of, because of the state that we were in, there's a lot of maintenance that maybe of the assets that we have that we weren't able to do the stuff we wanted to do. So now we're making up for that. But we also have these earmarks of these future projects that are going to help drive us for the next 35 years. You know, the capital expenses and the funding of that is something that's near and dear to us all, right? So that's something that we're excited about investing in these projects as we move forward.
Right.
And having the funds to do so.
It's been so incredible during my journey here to see what's happened, because in 2017 was probably one of the toughest things this club ever did, is raising the capital from 50 to 150 per month. And now today, from 2017 to now, we're up to 195 a month. But to generate almost $2 million a year in monthly from the monthly capital dues, and we're able to spend at least 1.5 of that, in addition to spending some on debt service, we're able to do just replacement capital,
right?
Which is incredible. I mean, we couldn't. I mean, some of the people that are on the team are like, man, I remember when we couldn't replace that $10,000 air conditioner. We had to suffer through a whole summer type of thing. So it's so amazing, and gets me so excited to see that we can just keep taking care of the house.
Right.
That's really great. Now, you and I and the whole board have talked about, all right, now we're taking care of our obligatory capital replacement through the members, funding that. We get some initiation fee money annually that we use for capital, but we have some additional projects that would be like enhancements, new capital. And without having to go forward with an assessment on some of those, we've talked about a giving program. Do you, that was kind of one of your ideas. You want to share a little bit with the members?
Yeah, I'm glad you're bringing that up. You know, so the giving program, you know, if you think about universities, colleges, they have endowments, right? Where they can fund these massive capital projects through alumni or whatever it be that want to give back to the university or whatever it be. You know, so this idea came from, we all remember the Lakeside Activity Center. Yeah. Years ago, we had this great idea of, and that was actually through, I think, our strategic project, we earmarked that. And we were able to fund, I think, 1/3 of that program through membership donations, right? Mark McGarvey did a fantastic job at Legacy. I want to thank Mark too. My ball on number 2 is less likely to roll back in the water now because of that. But on 2 and 9, he funded that project. So, you know, I look at, we have, I think, 5 or so projects that we talked about. The Turn House here, possible Turn House over at Legacy, the pool center, expanding the pool center, the performance center, expanding that, and then the cottages, overnight cottages, right? So the thought here is, how do we not tap into every member on these projects? If there's someone who's passionate about the Turn House, for example,
right?
Can we get one individual member or a few members to fund that project so we don't have to tap into our capital funds? And obviously the last thing you ever want to do is assessments, but that's a way that I believe that we can move this club forward. If members that have been here for a long period of time and are very passionate about what this club has done for them, maybe they want to give back. Right. And I would love it. I would challenge those members that are in that position. Help us get to that point so we can have 35 more years of awesomeness. So that's really what the giving program. And I think we have a brochure that's going to be coming out shortly on this.
We do. Our board retreats second weekend in June, and board will approve it at that. meeting, and then we'll go out to the members and start working with people that might want to participate.
Yeah. And then if the members can find in that brochure something they're passionate about, let's see how fast we can complete some of these projects.
Right. I mean, if we get enough people or even one person, like you said, passionate about something, then we can, we're pretty close to having construction drawings on any of them if someone steps forward. Yeah. So we've really thought through these projects already. There'll be beautiful renderings of them, and people can look at them, and then they can decide to step up. So then on the other side, we know there's the rumors since 2022, 23, we've had a master plan for the clubhouse, and we've had a master plan for the golf course. We've planned ahead, and we did the irrigation system in 2023 around the master plan for the golf course because we were being prudent stewards doing that in advance. By the way, the members, through your capital monthly contributions, that's how we funded the irrigation project, $4.5 million. So there was no extra assessment for that, and we'll have that paid off at the end of next year. So it's pretty impressive. I just like to have that side note because I'm proud of the members for being able to help us with that.
And, you know, to your point, irrigation too isn't one that it's so exciting. It's an irrigation project, but the importance of that irrigation system for the course is critical.
You can't grow in a new project without the right irrigation system. So with those two master plans being complete, but we've shelved them because we felt like the timing wasn't right, national election, membership growth that we wanted to focus on. So now we're at the altar where I had some folks that thought the rumor was we were going to start the project after this region's on the golf course, and the course will be closed. So there's all kinds of things, you know, it's going to be $30,000 a person and all these things, which, as you know, we don't know what it's going to cost yet. But I wanted to kind of see if we can squash the rumors today and tell them what the plan is.
Sure. Yeah. Rumors, go figure, right? You know, yeah. Yeah. So the plan is the board has approved to move forward with Founders Golf Course in 2028. So it's going to be the day after Regions. And so, you know, the greens are nearing their end of life, right? So, so if we're going to change the greens, we might as well change the golf course itself and the performance. Golf courses are played differently today than when that course was designed. And so Bill Bergen, he's the architect on it. Bill has done some fantastic courses elsewhere. So he's put together a fantastic master plan. So we're going to have the construction documents done and bidding going out, I think, at some point, Q3-ish, so September, October. At that point, we're going to get the membership together. We're going to get shared the master plan with them and get some feedback from them as well on how we can make this course that much better. And I'm excited, and I'm sure the membership feel the same way. We love Legacy. We love Founders. I think about how much better Founders is going to be when we make these enhancements to that course. I mean, I know it's going to be a painful year for the members. It's tough. We've done it before, though, years ago with Legacy. We can do it again with one course. We're just going to have to be a little bit better on our tee sheet management and so forth. We're all going to share in the pain, but the results thereafter are going to be fantastic. And so that's the golf course. And then from the clubhouse standpoint, we decided to put that on hold right now. There's no doubt this clubhouse will at some point need a massive renovation to be more relevant to the members that we have here and what the expectations are from our members. We got to get to a point though where we're able to get that through, and the membership is ready to move forward with that. So there's no defined date on that at the moment.
Right.
So
awesome. Well said. So when we get together this summer, the good thing to add to what you had said is that we'll then have bidding done with contractors. So we'll be able to tell the members what it's going to cost and what their portion may be related to that. So it'll be exciting that we'll, over a year and a half in advance, the members are going to know what's coming. We'll work really hard at reciprocity at other clubs and find some unique, creative ways that they can get out there. We'll do a lot of trips locally and regionally and nationally, so members can still have opportunity to play a lot. And like you said, we'll get very creative on the tee time management.
Yeah, and into the assessment aspect of it, and that's why we do what we do every day. That's why, as a club, we're the capital funds and everything else we do is to try to minimize that expense for our members down the road. So that's what we think about as a board all the time, as you know.
Exactly. And I also want to share with the members why we chose Bill Bergen to be our architect. He's phenomenal in his own right. Designed the courses at Macklemore, redid Chattanooga to name a few, country club. But Bill was, his first job as an architect was working with Bob Cupp. And we love Bob Cupp's design here, and the members have enjoyed playing this golf course. So we wanted to respect, now that Bob has passed, we had to look for someone else, and Bill will respect everything that Bob designed originally, but modernize it. So I think that was really important to the board when we decided to make that decision. Just so if someone's out there saying, why'd you pick him? First of all, he's incredible at what he does, and he thinks about all players, and it's so enjoyable to watch him go through the master plan. But I think it's the right guy for this job.
Yeah, and when we met with him, Dave, if you recall, we met with him 2 years ago in our board retreat, and he talked about how hands-on he is on these projects, which I think is somewhat unique. So I really feel good about him being here on site as we're managing for this project.
Yeah, I agree with you. So as we get to kind of the close here, is there anything behind the scenes as a board member and president that the 1,150 members might not realize every day that goes on at the club?
Well, it's so being involved on the board, you get a chance to go behind the curtains, right? And so it's really interesting. It's like Disney or any other, people, you're consumers or you're a part of the experience. You don't really know what's going on behind the curtains. And so there's probably two things that jump out at me. First one is the amount of team members that we have working here, employees. It's a lot of stuff, guys, that go on behind the scenes of just to make us have the experiences that we have. It's a lot of complexity. And so when the board and Dave and his team are meeting, it's top priorities. How do we create better member experiences? And just, it's somewhat organized chaos behind it. And you don't see it as a member. So that's probably the first thing. The second thing is for those that come on the finance committee or come on the board, it's a private club. So like private equity, for-profit organizations, you kind of look across your business and you're looking for profit centers, right? Whereas at a club, our value prop to our members is the member experience. So everything you do, it's not about a profit. To like food and beverage, for example. We went out and we benched more. We went out and visited with another very elite club, and they were bragging about losing $3 million in food and beverage. Their revenue was $18 million. They spent $21 million. They were proud of that because that $3 million in loss was actually the investment into the member experience for their members. And so, again, any of us that's coming from the private industry, it's hard to reverse that. Once you get it, it's like that mathematical equation. You get it, you understand it. That's what we're here to do. We're here to provide member experiences, and sometimes that comes at a cost, and a lot of times it comes at a cost. But that's what makes the most successful clubs successful. It's just that. So everything we do is for our members and to provide the best experience that we possibly can. Yeah. So it's kind of a thing. Yeah, it takes a little getting used to, but once you figure it out, you understand it. I've been 33 years in this business, and it's a hard thing to explain to people because it's not traditional business, but it's common in all private clubs, and it's a closed system. So we have a $20 million business, and we're trying to break even and have zero at the end of the year. Right. And over the last 7-8 years, we've actually produced between capital and operating a profit that's gone back into capital. Not a huge one, but it just goes right back in and reinvest into the capital. So, or we've advanced paying down debt. So we finally put ourselves in a good position. We have $1 million in reserves finally. A lot of that's invested in a CD. And then we're always paying down our debt as fast as we can. So I think everything you said is just so eye-opening to people that they might not realize that we're trying to get to zero at the end of the year. And why would you want to do that? Because it's all about the member experience. So in the end of the day, and I know all the board members have seen this through club benchmarking and other studies, but there's not a department that makes money. And members would be like, well, what about this or what? Nope, doesn't make money. How about golf? Yep. We make some decent, 30% margin roughly on merchandise, card fees, greens fees, but there's all the money it takes, to take care of the golf courses at expense. So if everybody just looks at, we're in the dues business. Yeah. And the member experience business. Yeah. And the dues are an output of happy members.
Exactly.
That's what we do.
Yep. And hopefully we're doing it better every day. Thanks to your leadership. We appreciate you and everything you do. If there's anything you want to say closing to the members.
Well, I guess just to go back to the membership additions. I mean, If every member here would bring in a new member every 11 years, we'd have more members than we knew what to do with. We'd be on a wait list. And so, like, my ask is, in addition to the other things we've talked about in the newsletters, challenge yourself to find someone who you think would be a great member here, and would benefit from all the stuff you benefit from. And let's see if we can get to that 950 number in a relatively short period of time.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
The sky's the limit then. I mean, the level of ideas and initiatives and ways that we can make this club better are infinite, but we just need that.
We do.
Everybody to help.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I want to thank you and your team, though, for what you do every day. Really, Dave.
I appreciate it. I'm blessed to be here. I love it. It's a great place to be. Incredible place to come to work every day. We have a great team, great board, great membership. It's really a great place to call home. Thanks for being with me today.
It's great to be here. Thanks, Dave.
Members, we'll look forward to seeing you at the next episode of Greystone Unscripted.